guys, it's been about a year since I installed my Plasma Aire PlasmaPure 603 ionizers in my air conditioning units and the air handlers. So I feel like I'm at a point where I can give y'all a better update from the initial information that I provided whenever I did that. So originally, if you recall, I installed the ionizers in the return prior to the evaporator. Theoretically, what's supposed to occur is the ionizer would then, if there's any dirty sock bacteria or something on the evaporator, it would kill that, and then as the air flowed on out into the system, that it would have clean air. So what I have found, and I brought the box just to remind y'all what I installed. The long and short of it is, the one in my downstairs unit has worked out very well. That unit, that air handler, has a coated coil in it, factory coated, and as if you recall from my original video, the factory doesn't do a very good job, Trane doesn't do a very good job of coating their evaporators. So my number one recommendation for anyone who's looking to get a heat pump, do not buy an air handler where the evaporator coil is not 100% coated. Now, having said that, the one that I installed in the downstairs unit is working really good, because since it's mainly coated, the bit of a smell that I would smell, particularly whenever there's the heat's running, was totally gone. Worked very well. The upstairs unit, which never really had the dirty sock syndrome, the only thing that I would have is that initially, whenever I would turn the unit on in the fall, I would have a smell, a little bit of a smell, the first time or two that I ran it, and then it was fine. Over the years, though, that has changed to where I would get a bit more of a smell, but it's not the dirty sock as much as it's more like, it's almost like a dampness, a mildewish type of smell that would come on, and it's kind of intermittent. So I had installed the purifier upstairs to address that. Well, what I found out is that it wasn't working as good on the upstairs unit as it did the downstairs unit. So what I decided to do, and I'll pause the video in a second and show you around on the other side of my air handler, is that ultimately what I have done is I moved the ionizer from the return side to right inside the blower. So it's catching it after it goes through the evaporator, and then takes it on out to get more ions in the air to help that issue. And I will say that that helped. I will not say that it is the silver bullet, though, and that'll be the part of the video that I'll do once I leave the attic, because it's very hot up here right now. And I'll give you some more details on that. And I also, in this video, will have some pictures of how I mounted that, because I went back, even the one downstairs, I went ahead and moved it just to keep the installations more in line with each other, and since it did do more as far as, I think, putting more ions out in the air by mounting it on the blower side, I went ahead and did that on the downstairs unit too. So that would be my number one update recommendation, is it, even though the manufacturer said that that was a viable place to put it in the return, I would mount it on the blower. Having said that, and I mentioned it in my original video, the magnet that they use on their unit, the magnet is plenty strong enough, but the adhesive that they use to mount the magnet to the ionizer is almost like a double-sided tape, because when it pulls off, you can see the way it looks. Plasma Aire really has a problem with that, and they need to change that. They need to use some type of better epoxy adhesive or whatever. So when I mounted mine, instead of just sticking them using the magnet, I still mounted them with little pieces of metal, and hopefully you'll be able to see that from the pictures that I provided. But me personally, I would never trust just sticking them on with the magnet. Like I say, Plasma Aire needs to really address that. So I'm going to pause the video now, and I'm going to I'm not going to open up the unit. You'll see those pictures that I had, that I'll add to this video. And I'll also tell you what else I did to the upstairs air handler to try to completely address my issue. So, pause it. Okay, I'm now have restarted the video, and I wanted to show you. See, here's where I originally had the ionizer installed. It was real easy to undo that, because all I had to do was pull out the original little mount that I had made and just put a blank of the exact same type right back in there to seal off that area where I had cut that into the return. And what I had done was, like I said, I had installed the ionizer in the right on top of the blower, where it would catch the ions, the air would blow over the ionizer and go right down into the blower and out. And so what I had to do was, notice here where I've got this cord plugged in. So basically what I had to do was, I just spliced the ionizer connections. You can see the little butt connectors, the red little butt connectors. Basically what I did was, I just spliced in a little bit of a cord to still use it. And what I did was, there is an existing little opening for some of the HVAC wires that come out, that go down out of the unit and to the thermostat. I basically just was able to run that wire right out that opening, and then, like I say, I spliced it down here to plug it in, keeping the right orientation per the instruction of which side's the hot, which it has the fuse on it. And so that worked out well, and I'll show you those pictures that I will add to the video, and add some more to this video. So that's it for this part of it.